Hello, and thank you for watching my video. This is Professor Bruce, the Budget Aquarist, and this is a video for you new people. Kids, if you want to have plants in your fish tank. Oh, that was my dog barking. There he goes again. He's a little booger. Anyways, if you would like nice plants in your fish tank, you check out this video because I'm going to tell you about 3 that are just fantastic, and I'm going to show you pictures that are proof that they do great. Thanks so much for watching. Alright guys, on a more serious note now, 3 types of plants that are great for beginners or people who just want a lot of plants in their aquariums and don't want to mess with all kinds of special substrates, special fertilizers, etc. Water Wisteria at the top, Sprite in the middle, and Amazon Sword. The Wisteria at the top has a little broader leaf than the Sprite. The Sprite is more fern-like and delicate than the Wisteria, and Amazon Swords have a lot of varieties. This general green Amazon Sword with the sword-shaped leaf is a great beginner plant. All right, now this plant tank people have seen a lot of. I've got a variety of stuff in there right now. I've got some guppies that are just growing out, wild mutt guppies as I like to call them. I've got a couple of Acara females in there that I had to remove from tanks with males. And then I have all kinds of baby plecos that are, you can see all over the glass, and there are literally probably 60 baby plecos hiding in this aquarium. There's another Acara female. Anyways, yeah, the Acaras had to be removed from this tank because they had babies, and you can see the babies there, and even the other female now is over in this tank. She has since been moved because she was munching up the babies. But if you look at these plants, these things do nothing but sit in what is pea gravel from Home Depot, okay? That gravel is not fancy. There's no dirt substrate. There's nothing. But here's the key, okay? When you feed your fish, that extra food and stuff goes down into that gravel, and it sits there until you either clean it out or until something eats it. It could be snails that eat it or whatever, but whatever that dirt, detritus, fish poop, old fish food that falls down in there, it is perfect for plants. So you could take small scraps of plants like Wisteria and Sprite and Amazon Swords, place them down into this gravel, and literally leave them alone. I rarely clean these tanks. The gravel in the tanks is what I mean. Okay, what I do is what everybody should be doing. 1/3 to 1/2 water changes once a week, and this gets the water changed, and it brings out all the bad nitrates, nitrites that you don't want in your tank, and it helps clean out any excesses that are in your gravel. But what you are also doing by not constantly vacuuming every square inch of your gravel, you can get down in there and dig around a little bit and clean out some pockets, but don't thoroughly clean your gravel. Leave it alone and let your plants take care of it for you. Now, if you see here, this is just a big giant Wisteria plant, and I can literally cut this stuff off, and it gets to the point where I have to throw out a bag of this stuff every week practically, because it just grows absolutely wild, grows fantastic. Some plants I'll put in, just depends what your use is for. Now my Acaras, they like a little bit of coverage, but they don't like too much when they're breeding. So I have a little bit of stuff going on in there. This is a tank that has a little bit of Wisteria growing. Has a couple of ferns growing, but this is a newer tank, so you can see they're not growing great yet. This is what's called melt. That is when you put plants in and it takes them a while to get accustomed to the water. Now you can see this Amazon sword is much better looking, and that is because it has grown much more accustomed. There is that fern-like water sprite back there in the back. Okay, again, this is just a grow out tank. Got some random stuff in there. But it looks really nice and it grows really great, and I don't have to do anything to it. This is this tank has, well, it's got a lily on here that it's just been growing great. But primarily, this is a tank that houses that guy right there, my Bisher, and then it houses several grow out whiptail catfish that are all hiding. But this thing here, literally, I go in here and just hack these things down to about half the height of the tank about every 2 weeks. And literally, there's nothing I can do with it. I have to throw it away. This is how the Amazon swords will grow. And they will put off these runners that have new baby plants and with roots. Once you get these, you can just literally cut or pinch these off and plant them right down in the ground. They'll do great. All on their own. These here, I didn't even cut them off. I just pushed them down into the ground, and they did great. Here we got another big bundle of Wisteria, and you can see the long roots growing off the plants, and that is great filtration for your water. Okay, and again, don't starve your plants by cleaning the gravel too much. Here's Nemo, Captain Nemo, Mr. Nemo, whatever you want to call him. And he will not let any plants grow in his tank. He pulls them all out. So what he will allow is plants to float on the top. So what I do is I put some of the Java fern. I'm sorry, well, actually, there's a little Java moss in there, but the water wisteria, the water sprite, I just pull it off the other plants, throw it in here, and let it go. Like I said, he didn't used to do this. When I would put these plants in there like this, he would go up and he would pull them down and tear them up to the point where it plugged up my filters. So I quit doing it. But maybe it's old age. He has seemed to mellow out, and he's allowed this a lot more. And what you see here is that he has allowed some little baby guppies to go in there and live. And that's good, because the more fish you can have in there, the more it keeps the aquarium clean. So that's good that that he's doing it. There you can see there's all kinds of stuff, Java fern and wisteria all growing in there, and that stuff is just literally floating around the tank. This is a little holding tank I have. I just took a couple of pieces of Amazon swords, laid them down in there, and they just do fantastic, folks. I don't do anything to these. I don't fertilize them. I don't do anything at all, and they grow great. Now, keep in mind, you can give liquid fertilizers. You can give all kinds of different fertilizers to plants. You can do CO2. You can do the whole 9 yards. But as you're going to see, as you can see here, first of all, you don't need to. And as you're going to see in some pictures coming up here, you don't need to do anything at all, and these plants will go great. And I mentioned, or I've taken some pictures to show you, because actually a lot of these aquariums have been cut back recently. So again, do your water changes. Don't over clean your substrate, folks. And I'm talking about if you know you're not overfeeding your fish, etc., etc. But you can get great growth like this with no fertilizer, no CO2. And the taller your plants get, the closer they get up towards the light, the more they will grow wild and thick and beautiful. And you'll have plants that you can be proud of and will only have to just trim back now and then to maintain. So there you have it.
Once again, guys, this is Bruce the Budget Aquarist. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please leave it down in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We'd love to hear from you. If you want me to check out your channel, let me know and I'll be happy to do so. Thanks for stopping in.